Now on CBS 12 News this morning, a boat fire near a popular tiki bar in Jupiter. The new details and video just coming in.
An autopsy today could reveal a lot more about what happened to Gabby Petito. At the same time, her fiance is still MIA. We'll tell you why his family just called up a news conference.
A vaccine ready for approval for young kids. This morning, we're taking a look at whether parents are ready to give their children the shot and if local pediatricians recommend it.
You're watching CBS 12 News this morning.
Some parts of our area dealing with wet roads this morning after overnight showers and then more showers this morning. Morning, I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Ashley Glass. More showers and storms are expected this afternoon. Let's go to Zach now. Showers.
I know,
Zach, they're just everywhere.
So many. And in fact, at this hour, we are now tracking some new showers. I thought some of this activity might wane, but it looks like it's continuing to develop. Shows you just the unstable atmosphere we have at this hour. One of the more heavier downpours, watch out Terry, okay? Terry's out at the Square Grouper area, and we could be talking some moderate to heavy rain moving onshore anywhere in that area. Jupiter to Tequesta up through Hobe Sound, A1A, US 1, some very moderate to heavy rain. If you are headed south into Broward County, the rainfall moving a bit more widespread across the metro areas of Fort Lauderdale through the 595 corridor, I-95, and this rainfall is also about to move onshore near Boca as well. So Deerfield Beach to Boca to even Del Rey with that shower just offshore. This will likely move into Boynton Beach and then Lake Worth around 6th Avenue South, 10th Avenue North, Melaleuca Lane, for example. So we are tracking numerous showers out there this morning. Drive time forecast, I'm giving you a yellow light for this morning's forecast due to the wet roadways already, with more showers and storms developing at this hour. Should be a bit drier by 9 a.m., but then more rounds of showers and storms this afternoon. We'll time it all out for you, show you the timing and threats you need to know about. That's coming up when I see you again in 10 minutes. Guys?
Well, Zach, so far so good on the roads. We're not seeing the rain cause any major incidents. This is a look in Indian River County where traffic is up to speed. Also, our traffic tracker on the road trying to see those wet roads. And this is westbound Blue Heron Boulevard in Riviera Beach. Our traffic tracker seeing those wet roads there. Make sure you're safe on the roadways this morning.
Yeah, at 6:03, we're following breaking news to a boat catching fire near a popular tiki bar.
And CBS 12 News' Terry Hornstein at the Square Grouper Tiki Bar in Jupiter.
So, Terry, we've been going to you every 30 minutes or so. It's raining now. The scene is not calming down. A lot of units are behind you. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. Well, you know, Florida, right? So it did start raining just a couple of minutes ago, and I want to show you where exactly we're standing here. If you take a look, we are right near Lucky Shuck. This is a really popular area in Jupiter, you know, and this boat caught fire right behind Square Grouper. So let's take you to some brand new video just into our newsroom. This is video shot by the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue fire team. Take a look. You can see just wild flames ripping apart this boat. And what we're hearing this morning is that this was a 62-foot sports fisherman that caught on fire. There were about 20 firefighters out here battling these flames. They say it took about 20 minutes to get the fire under control, but much longer to fully put it out. And that's because there was a lot of fuel burning and that fiberglass as well that really just fuels the fire itself. So, you know, fire crews did tell us the good news here this morning. They're hearing no animals were on board, as well as the owner of the boat says no one was on board, so no one hurt in this fire, but the boat a total loss this morning. So the scene is clear out here this morning, but as you can see, the rain is really coming down out here in Jupiter. But, you know, we're going to update you in another 30 minutes. We're trying to get a little bit more information. We do know investigators are out here on the scene trying to find out what exactly caused this boat to catch on fire. Matt and Ashley?
Yeah, the rain's coming down. That scene clearing out. All right, Terry. Well, later today, we expect to learn more about what happened to Gabby Petito, 22-year-old who never came home from a cross-country road trip with her fiance.
And now an autopsy set for today could reveal how Gabby died. This comes as FBI agents spent hours yesterday searching her fiance's home in Northport near Sarasota. Just one day after investigators say they found a body that matches Gabby's description in Grand Teton National Forest in Wyoming. This morning, we have team coverage. Sam Kerrigan at the live desk with the new 911 calls weeks before Gabby went missing.
Yeah, but we want to start with our Lexi now live in Northport this morning. So, Lexi, as of now, you know, authorities have named the fiance Brian Laundrie a person of interest.
and he is still nowhere to be found.
His family attorney was slated to give a press conference in New York this afternoon. However,
Yeah, that's right. Actually, as of now, Brian is completely MIA. At least that's all we know at the moment. But investigators are determined to get information, get answers with or without him. Clearly, we were here yesterday in front of the Laundrie home when FBI and police came to the area with a search warrant. Now, they shut down the roads and entered the Laundrie home. They took several boxes of evidence from the home, but we're not sure of everything they took. We know at least what they're looking for, though. The warrant does give police authority to search through photos, videos, internet browsing history, and text messages. And under probable cause in that warrant, they also described texts between Gabby and her mother, which revealed some growing tension between Brian and Gabby. So a lot of unanswered questions that hopefully this new evidence can help answer. And also an interesting thing to note, yesterday when we were here, investigators also towed away Brian Laundrie's Mustang. Now remember, that is the car that Brian allegedly drove out to a camping site on Tuesday. Obviously, it's a little bit curious that it wound up back here at the Laundrie home. Again, that was seized as part of evidence yesterday. Matt, Ashley?
Alexi, before we lose you, what do we know about the parents and the location? Where are they right now?
Yeah, so Matt, when the Laundries talk, and it's very rare when we hear tidbits from them, and it's often a little bit puzzling, they've been quiet for quite some time. Yesterday, we know that they came out into a van, they talked to FBI in a black van for a couple minutes, then they went back into the home. As far as we know, they are still in their home now. No word yet on when or if they'll be leaving, but we will be here throughout the morning.
Yeah, and stunning when they called off that news conference set for today almost as quickly as they had announced that they were going to talk about it. All right, Lexi now reporting live in Northport for us this morning.
And our team coverage continues with Sam at the live desk.
So, Sam, what do we know about those new 911 calls?
Well, those calls are really giving us a closer look at the circumstances surrounding the couple's interaction with police weeks before Gabby disappeared. In the calls, you can hear a man telling the dispatcher he saw Brian Laundrie hitting Gabby Petito in what he described as a domestic dispute. Take a listen.
What were they doing?
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Yeah, it was this call that later led police to pull Brian and Gabby over. You may remember this body cam video police released from that stop in Moab, Utah, which is about 6 hours from Denver. But the 911 call in this stop seemed to paint different pictures of what actually happened that day. Gabby and Brian agreed that Gabby was the one who hit Brian in their van prior to being pulled over. There was never any mention of Brian hitting Gabby. Officers say it wasn't a domestic dispute as much as a mental breakdown. Meanwhile, investigators say one of the most important things still needed in this case is an autopsy, not only to confirm the identity, but to hopefully learn more about a cause of death. That autopsy is scheduled for today. Ashley.
All right, Sam, at the same time this morning, a memorial is growing for Gabby in Northport. People are leaving candles, photos, and teddy bears and flowers. They're leaving it all behind as a way to honor her life. And CBS 12 News is bringing you every development on this case. Make sure to visit CBS12.com and download our app for free. CBS 12 News, you'll get updates sent straight to your phone.
The 6:09 is now the time, and this morning the race to vaccinate continues across the country as the spike in COVID cases driven by the Delta variant keeps affecting unvaccinated people. And that includes kids under 12 that can't get the vaccine yet. The last American Academy of Pediatrics report shows the second highest weekly total of COVID cases found in children. We're talking about more than 243,000 sick kids. But there's some good news on this front. Pfizer just says a lower dose of its vaccine is safe for children aged 5 to 11. And while the data still needs to be submitted to the FDA, this could be a big step towards making the vaccine available to young kids. Even if it is, will parents get their kids vaccinated, and will pediatricians recommend that they do? CBS 12 News' Madeline Montgomery joining us live from Palm Beach Gardens Medical Center to find out. Maddie, what'd you learn?
Matt, parents I've spoken with are really back and forth on this because obviously they don't want their kid to end up here in the emergency room with COVID, but at the same time, they're worried about their kid getting those side effects. One mother I spoke with, whose daughter Caitlin is in the 2nd grade, says that her biggest thing is she's just tired of worrying about her kid's safety. That's why she's pretty set on getting her daughter the shot. And while her daughter's school hasn't had really bad numbers in Boca Raton, she's known enough other kids that have either tested positive or have had to quarantine that she just doesn't want to have to worry anymore about if her daughter is next.
If I can give her an added level of protection against this, and that will allow her to really go back and, back to a normal life that a kid should have, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Just some extra insight for parents to know. Pfizer tested the vaccine at different doses on younger children. The second shot used on kids 5 to 11 will be a third of the dose that adults get. They may experience side effects like adults and teens have, like headaches, muscle pain, and fever, but children will still build up the right amount of antibodies to fight off the virus. The results seem good for one infectious disease pediatrician at Palm Beach Gardens Medical Center. He says he will definitely be recommending the shot.
There's two main benefits. Obviously, trying to keep the spread to a minimum in children, keeping kids out of the hospital and not getting very sick from this, and then not being vectors of spread in the community and spreading to other people.
We've been reporting all year about how long it takes to get a vaccine approved, so Pfizer has submitted to the FDA to look through this and see if they can get it approved, but it will take months for kids to be able to get this shot if it is approved. Reporting live in Palm Beach Gardens, Madeline Montgomery, CBS 12 News.
All right, Maddie, important stuff there. Thank you. 6:12 now the time. A small Texas town overcome with thousands of migrants entering the country illegally. Coming up next, what's being done with all these people.
And then a firefighter and a decades-long councilwoman about to go head-to-head for the job of Port St. Lucie mayor. What you need to know as the polls are about to open, that's coming up in 10 minutes.